All right, guys, welcome to my office. Literally, you're with me in my office. Hopefully, I won't ramble on too long because I'm doing this on my iPhone. Nobody's going to be cutting this one up for me. I want to talk to you guys today about the mathematics of weight loss. So, you guys hear me talk a lot about how weight loss is a simple science, right? And here is what I mean by that. I want you to understand that fat is simply stored energy, okay? And the calories, right, or if you're in another part of the world, the kilojoules in your food are units of energy, okay? If we eat more energy than we burn in a day, we will store that energy as fat. So really, if you look at something called the law of thermodynamics, it's a fancy way of saying that energy isn't created or destroyed in a vacuum. Now, if we're looking at calories as energy, right? They don't just magically appear in our bodies. We've got to eat too much. End of story. You got to eat too much, more than you're burning off in a day, and you will store that excess energy as fat, right? So in order to lose weight, you got to eat less. You gotta move more. Now, the quality of your food is a separate conversation. That is a conversation that pertains to your health, okay? But when we're just talking about stored energy, and we can have different debates about how quickly you'll burn calories based on the foods you eat, but ultimately, calories in, calories out. Now, you might be saying, it doesn't work. I've counted calories for years. I've tried it. It doesn't work. Well, I'm going to show you why you think that with a little bit of math. Okay, so bear with me. Let's say, I'm going to get out my pen and my paper here, okay? So let's say that I am Peggy Sue. I'm just going to write on my FedEx envelope. Peggy Sue is 40 years old, right? And we go online, we Google BMR calculator. BMR is basal metabolic rate. Think of it like this. If Betty Sue sat, was that what we named her, Betty Sue? If she sat on the couch all day long and did absolutely nothing, right? How much energy would it take for her to breathe, for her hair to grow, for her organs to do their job and all that stuff, right? So go online. I want you to do that. And I want you to Google BMR calculator, and you're going to enter some basic information, your age, your weight, your height. And we're going to take my little person, and we'll say she's 40 years old. She's probably got a BMR maybe of 1,400 calories. Let's be generous, okay? So Betty Sue burns 1,400 calories if she did nothing all day long, right? That's gonna be her BMR. Now, she doesn't do nothing all day long, hopefully. She's doing something. We're not gonna take into account fitness yet. So let's say there are 4 levels of activity. Level 1, you're totally sedentary all day long, okay? Level 2, maybe you work at a clothing store and you're on your feet all day long, but you're not crazy physical. Level 3, you're a trainer. You're demoing exercises, you're hoisting weights all day long, you're pretty darn physical. Level 4, maybe you're a construction worker. You're super physical. So pick your level. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. For the sake of my example, I'm gonna say Betty Sue, she's a level 2. So you're gonna take your level and you're gonna put a 1 point in front of it. So if she's a 2, we're gonna say 1.2, okay? So 1.2, that's what Betty Sue's activity level is gonna be. This is gonna give us a rough idea of her AMR, what's called active metabolic rate. So how many calories she burns over the course of one day, right? So it's not gonna be that much. It's gonna bring her 1,400 times 1.2. It's gonna bring her somewhere to just around 1,700 calories in a day, okay? So Betty Sue's not working out. She's burning 1,700 calories in the course of her day. By the way, this is a pencil, not a pen, and it's not doing a heck of a great job of illustrating my math when I turn my FedEx envelope around. All right, so here we go. We've got AMR, active metabolic rate, 1,700. I wonder if that'll be backwards when you look at it. Now, a pound is 3,500 calories, okay? So we need to burn 3,500 calories more than we consume to get a pound off of our body. Give or take, but it's pretty darn accurate, okay? All right, Now, I go on a diet. In this case, meaning I literally just restrict the amount of food I'm eating. And let's say I go bananas and I go as low as 1,200 calories, okay? Which is pretty low. 1,200 calories, you're gonna be like, holy mother, I had friggin' air souffle for lunch. I had a speck of dust and a stem of broccoli for a snack. I mean, it's like you're hungry. It's very low calories, okay? So we're gonna put her all the way down to 1,200, which is the absolute floor. It's virtually impossible to do. It's very hard to do. Okay, now we put Betty Sue at 1,200 calories, okie dokie, and this is being generous, right? Let's see the average person. Actually, I'm gonna be more fair. I wanna say she's consuming 1,400 calories because that's far more realistic and that's gonna illustrate your struggle with calorie counting. So let's say she's eating 1,400 calories a day, okay? 1,700 minus 1,400 means without exercise, she's only burning 300 calories in a day. At that rate, it will take her something around 10, 11, 12 days to lose 1 pound. Now, Betty Sue gets on the scale and she's like, what the hell? I'm not losing any weight. I don't understand. This isn't working. I'm starving. Here's what she's not acknowledging. Number one, she's no longer gaining weight. So that goes out the window. You forget that she's been gradually gaining weight from eating more than she's burning. That stopped. But she doesn't realize that, doesn't think about it to celebrate it. She wants that scale to go down, right? So it's no longer going up. Not only is it no longer going up, it's very slowly going backwards, but not fast enough for her to see it. Let's say 10 days from now, Betty Sue goes to get on the scale, but she had a dinner that's high in sodium the night before, or it could be that time of the month, she's holding water. Not only does she not see the scale go down, she might see it go up a pound from water weight, and she flips out. Calorie counting doesn't work. I can't lose weight. I give up. I'm over it. This goes on for a month. Maybe she sees it go down 1 or 2 pounds, and she is done. She is pissed. All right. Here's the key. We've got to get the calories burned higher in order to accelerate her weight loss so she can see it and feel like it's working. How do you do that? Exercise. This is why weight loss, in large part, is going to be exercise, because that's what's going to get your calories burned up. You can't starve the weight off. You can't. You'll do a ton of damage to your body. You got to eat a reasonable amount, right? Because we don't want to just go crazy with the food and counteract the exercise. But you got to do both, and predominantly to lose, it's going to be exercise. So, okay, now we're going to work out for 30 minutes a day. And let's say she burns 10 calories a minute, she's going hard, and she gets a little afterburn effect, right? Which is an elevated metabolic rate. Long story with regard to why that happens, but just trust me, it does. And we'll call it afterburn, the afterburn effect, all right? So she's now getting another 400 to 500 calories burned a day. So we've taken that number of 1,700 and we brought her to 2,300 calories she's burning in a day. She's eating 1,400 calories a day. That means she's burning 900 a day, right? Do the math. In 3.5 days, she should lose 1 pound. So she's pretty darn close to 2 pounds a week. So you see, calorie counting does work. But in order for you to see the results at the rate you want, you have to exercise to boost your calories out. There's no way around this, guys. There's no type of food, there's no cutting out meat, cutting out this, cutting out that. We can have a conversation about that stuff with regard to health, right? We can debate what combination of macronutrients, which are protein, carbs, are the healthiest, and what types of are better than others. And I promise you, it's really all come down to common sense. Now, the only hack, if you will, would be something like keto. And what's happening with keto is you're not starving the body of calories, right? You're not creating a calorie deficit, you're creating a carbohydrate deficit. So the body goes into a state of emergency, and it will rip through fat, your liver will, to create ketones. which will act as a type of fuel. Now, it works, you'll lose weight. And if you have any kind of insulin-related health condition, it will help, right? Because you're not eating any carbs, so your insulin levels are very low. You can do the exact same thing by eating less and moving more. You can lose weight, you can reverse type 2 diabetes, you can reverse PCOS, all the insulin-related health conditions with none of the side effects. So the thing with keto is that you have to look at the entire picture. So how much is that taxing your liver? How much is it taxing your thyroid? How much is it taxing your kidneys? How is it changing the pH balance of your body? Because, I mean, when you're in a state of ketosis, you can become acidotic, right? Which means acetone, like at the nail salon, your body's making that stuff. It can affect your mood. Like, there are a ton of studies that show, plus it's gonna be a diet that's real high in animal protein, right? Which is too much iron, and that creates more oxidative stress. It's bad for your telomeres. Like, there's a host of other things that happen when you do that to your body. So yes, you will lose weight. And yes, it will help with things like type 2 diabetes, but it creates a host of other issues nobody's talking about. So I'm gonna tell you, let's stick with the simple science of weight loss, right? And let's say calories in, calories out. Common sense with your food choices for your health, right? And that means, like, you know what common sense is. Like, you know that maybe a turkey sandwich on whole grain bread with lettuce, tomato, maybe a piece of cheese, maybe not, if you're trying to save those calories because you're trying to lose weight, and some mustard is gonna be a heck of a lot better than a drive-through. Like, you know this stuff, okay? Common sense, and I promise you, it will work, guys. It will work. It's worked for me my entire adult life. It's worked for everyone. All the before and after transformations you see on my website, for my app, all that crap. That's what they're doing. They're eating smart. They're moving more. They're getting healthier.